Hello there guys, and welcome back to another video here. It's Webby here, and we start off this video with getting a Scout Future Star. In the comments of the last video, there was somebody was suggesting to me to make to sign Calvin, so I put in a 1.4 million bid in for Calvin. I also tried to sign Gnabry on loan at the start of this video. I know my transfer editing isn't that great. I do apologise for that, but you know, I'm trying to get it better. Then we put in a bid for last episode we put in a bid for Cameron Jones, I believe, and if we didn't, no, we did it this episode, I think. We offered a contract. I don't think I'll show you how much it was for Cameron Jones, but it was a swap between Gary Hooper and Cameron Jones. We then put in another bid for Calvin because Porto rejected it, saying that Everton put in a bid for Calvin, which is higher. So we put in Garadio and 2.7 million. And now we go into our first game of the game, the first and only game of the day, Middlesbrough versus Norwich. Going into this game, I was a bit concerned. I was a bit like, don't think we're going to win this game. Middlesbrough are a really good team, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I think we played alright in the last episode. But I knew that we played alright in the second, the Cardiff game at the last episode, but that was at home, and this one's again away. And I knew that our away form hadn't been brilliant, and I was a bit like, please, 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 please don't make it hard for us. But you know, I mean, yeah. So I'm sort of just hoping that the Middlesbrough game wasn't going to be too bad. Middlesbrough had a new signing called Clayton playing for them, and the commentator decided to comment on this, and I thought, oh well, you know, he's a new signing, so we'll see how good he is in this episode as well. And obviously we get to see the first looks at we don't have anyone to show off as yet, but here you go, Adam Clayton. He looks alright, and you never know. So the match official, right, and here we go. Hooper passes the ball to Jerome, and we lose the ball as soon as we do. I've got to make sure I do not do that anymore. I hate losing the ball, and you'll see I do it in a couple of these, in a couple of halves. And then look at this, Clayton scored a beautiful goal here, right? Through Butland. The defence were nowhere to be seen, and I just went at this point and thought, Clayton, oh, you've just done it, haven't you? You've just done it. You've just ruined our start the season in the Championship. And I knew that from this point onwards, as I said, I wasn't that confident going into this game. I knew that from this point onwards that there would be a mountain to climb here. And even here, I mean, Middlesbrough whipping another corner, and we only just clear it off the line. And then they have another shot, and it goes in, and that was Kike who scored that. And I was like, I think they're just getting really, really bad now. I mean, it's only the 20th minute in, and Middlesbrough are 2-0 up. And I just sort of pleaded for a goal, really, you know. A goal just to put us back into this game. And I didn't really think it was going to come. I was a bit unoptimistic. I mean, I think I'm going to show some of the chances that Norwich had, but again, we didn't have that many. We had some really good chances, we just didn't have the clinical finishing. And then you'll see that in the next episode, I think actually at the end of this episode, we bring in a striker, wink wink, and hopefully the Cameron Jones deal, that is, might be going through. Oh, and look at that from Redmond. That's the sort of quality, that's the sort of goal that I wouldn't mind scoring, but we just don't have that in us all the time. And I mean, that was a beautiful goal, and I wish we had a goal like that yet again. As you see Redmond taking a header. I mean, he's normally the one on the wing, but he was doing all the prolific work here. So it's 2-1 Norwich. No, 2-1 Middlesbrough, and it was just before half time, I think. And I thought, well, you know, we've got second half to come back on, as long as we don't slip up. Oh no, we had like another 20 minutes before half time, but we have the second half and the rest of this half to try and push on a bit. But I didn't really believe in myself yet again. But here we go. I mean, and what I want to promise you guys, this game, look at that cross there, right? Well, why didn't we get something in there? I mean, there were so many chances, but the Cardiff defence is just way better than ours. I've got to learn to defend a bit better. Anyway, as I was saying, something that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the deal to do with another shot there from Cardiff in the second half there. And here's the corner coming in from them. Whittingham is going to take the corner into Venice. But Bruma goes in and scores an own goal, and I'm like, no, Bruma, what you really could have done with you not scoring this, you're a new signing. Your confidence is going to be low now. You're just going to put in a ball in the back of the net. I mean, but there was a scrap gate there, and you lot are going to tell me Butland was awful, and I'm not going to lie, Butland was awful, but this is the only game of this episode. But next episode, I can promise you, there's some better games in it. And here we go. We have Mason getting the ball in, and a beautiful shot scored by scored by Lawson. So yeah, another shot here from Jerome. Great chance there, but just nothing came from it, and I was like, we don't look like we're going to be doing much. And yeah, again, right, Redmond from the corner. This is basically what we're doing. I mean, a save from the corner. There was nothing in this game from us. If we could have got someone on the end of that, maybe we had a chance of recovery at pretty much 90th minute. But yeah, again, here we go. Damn, can he make it 5-1? No, he can't. But you know, I mean, a clearance needed there to save us. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the defence have been unlucky, I think. And I mean, I think they'll take a little bit of new time for a new player to gel. And yeah, that's what I'm going to hope. And another missed attempt from Cardiff there, probably the biggest miss of the day, but it looked alright, so you know. And yeah, full time, 4-1. But next episode, I promise you, there is at least 3 goals scored by Norwich in it. Right to say, 3 goals. I'm not going to comment on anything else because there might be more. There might be some more drama, but at least 3 goals. And there you go. You saw us submit a new bid for Calvin, and I was hoping Calvin would come. It was like 3.4 million, I think. And we also offered Jonathan Russell an offer. We offered him 30 million plus Tetty, but he didn't want it. They didn't want it, so yeah. And we were coming to transfer Delano, funnily enough, in a minute. But yeah, Cameron Jones signs for us. I mean, quite a good deal there from Cameron Jones. And next episode it's Millwall. So I hope you all enjoyed this part of this series. Webby